Now we look at how they got their money and what currency are they getting their money. And so they got their money, 19% of their money is in euros, 30% of their money is in US dollars, 7% in yen, 2% in the Hong Kong dollar, 42% in other currencies. So, I would imagine based on where they're at and where they're transacting business, Asia is a large part of that. So other currencies is probably the yuan or the renminbi. Um, let's see, in other parts of Asia as well. So depending on where they're at, you probably have again a lot of yen, which they do talk about, and a few other currencies as well. But I do think the Chinese currency, the yuan or the renminbi, whichever way you want to title it, is in the building and definitely part of that currency mix. Now, profit from recurring operations, wines and spirits, 2.1 billion. Fashion and leather goods, 15.7 billion. Perfumes and cosmetics, 660 million. Hmm. Now, just to not to make y'all dizzy, right? But just going back, I want to look at. So they made $7.7 billion off fashion and cosmetics, but their profit was only 660 million. That must means that making perfumes and cosmetics is very expensive to make, because from 7 plus trillion to 600 million, that's a big fall off. That's a big fall off. And then we have watches and jewelry, 2 billion in profit, and then selective retailing, 788 billion. Now they talk about the breakdown of the stores. Asia is coming in heavy. 1,800 stores in Asia, a little under 500 stores in Japan, 500 stores, 518 stores in France, a little over 1,000 stores in the United States. So you can see why Asia dominates so much in terms of profits and revenue that are driven up by the company. And again, all these their profits are steadily increasing year over year. They're making money year over year. Doing good, doing good. Now, as you look at this, what do you think about LVMH? Do you think LVMH is a good investment? Do you think it's just okay? What do you think about jewelry and cosmetics and wine and spirits? Like, do you think that's a good sector to invest in? Now, this is something I always feel is good to highlight. Their highlights, their financial highlights. So I want to read those off to you, and then we can go from there. So 2022 highlights, a record year despite of the global political and economic situation, right? So Russia and Ukraine are still going at it, right? Significant revenue growth for all business groups and market share gains worldwide. So that means they're making money everywhere they go. Strong growth in business in Europe, Japan, and the United States. Good growth in champagne, cognac based on value creation strategy. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Somebody remind me of that value creation strategy. A remarkable performance by the fashion and leather goods business group, notably Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Celine, Fendi, Laura, I can't even say that name, Lowell, Marc Jacobs, which are gaining market share globally and reaching record levels of revenue and gains. Now, listen, if you are a small business owner, I've said this before, I will say it again. One of the best investments of time and education that any small business owner can do is reading the financial reports of publicly traded companies. They give you a lot of gems. They'll tell you where they're at. They'll tell you what you're doing. And they won't give you the entire secret sauce, but they give you enough to know where to go and what you should be looking at. All right. But let's go back through these highlights. All right. So Louis Vuitton revenue surpassed 20 billion euros for the first time. Right. So Louis V is still kicking it. Strong growth in perfumes. The continued global success of the Euro Savage, once again, world leader in 2022. I don't even know what the Euro Savage is. I'm sure it's something that smells good, allegedly. Sustained creative momentum for all of our watches, jewelry, Wassans in particular, Tiffany, Bulgari, Tag Heuer. A remarkable rebound for Sephora, which confirms its place as a world leader in beauty retail. Operating investments of nearly 5 billion euros, mainly dedicated to the expansion of the store network, the development of the production facilities, and employment. So that means that they reinvested in themselves. They had 5 billion. They said, we're going to reinvest into our stores. We're going to reinvest into our plants and facilities where we make our products, and employment and hiring people, right? Can never go wrong investing. Could have a bad timing of investments, but at some point, some way, you're going to need to re-up or put back money into the business that you're in. You can't just take all the money you make, walk away with it, and live this jet setter lifestyle. So you can see that even at the big level here. So operating cash flows of more than $10 billion. So all the money that they got in from their investments, from their retail operations, from, let's say, getting some kind of loan or anything like that was 10 billion euros. So they are doing pretty good.